Oof. Well, um, if this was a movie, which is not, it's real life. Um, this would probably be like the ending, I guess. For now, um, I realized who actually called the cops on me and the other day in the parking lot, and who actually probably planted all that stuff in there to get me arrested for longer. It was that guy, Mad Max. I've been driving around now. He's a crazy little kid. He's part of a gang out here, and I got him on some videos talking and stuff. And, the guy's a dealer, man, and he's going all fucking crazy. And I think this is what I'm thinking now. Because the guy told me from the towing truck company that I had to pay him $1,100 for the car to get out. Mad Max, he I call him Max. His name is Max. Well, it's not even Max. It's Joseph Ferraro or something. Mad Max now. He really strange, and this is what like kind of clicked something inside of me. He goes, yo, you know what? I'll pay you $1,100 to get your car out, right? Because I've been driving around now without my car. I can't. He has to rely on other people, and me was easy because I was like, I was, there all the time. I need the money, so his other friends don't really need it. He goes to me, I'll pay the $1,100 to get your car out, and then I'll do this for you, Johnny. He calls me Johnny. I give you $500 and you give me the car. So I'll pay $1,100 plus $1,600 I pay for the car. Now, that's max. What? Paid $17,000, almost $18,000 for that car back in I think I got it in January or something. 7,000. No, it was more close to, with everything else, close to almost $18,000. Now, I took a loan out with Wells Fargo for $8,000, and then because my other car, the CRV, I hit that deer in December. They gave me the full price for it, which was about $18,000. But then I still owed Wells Fargo money because I did have a loan on that one too. So I got about $11,000, $12,000 out of it. So I said, you know what? I'll put 10, I think it was $11,000 down, and then I'll get Wells Fargo, loan with them. So no matter what, even if he paid the $1,100 and he gave $500, I didn't have to title the car. Wells Fargo had to title the car. Well, after I said that to him, guess what? He didn't call me anymore. Not calling me anymore. What's going on? One of my phone calls, like, he doesn't need me anymore. Why? Because I believe his whole plan of action there was to get my car. Now, whether he had made a deal with the actual tow truck operator, or maybe because he just heard it, he said somehow I'm going to be able to get his car. I'm thinking that he might know that tow truck driver. I think maybe them two got together and made that $1,100 thing, because maybe I said it's like when there's a tow car, I've had my car towed before, and the most I paid for like 3-4 days was like $400. So the $1,100 might have been like Max kind of charge him $1,100. I give him $5. He gives you, then I give you, I make believe it's 11. I give you 11. Meanwhile, it's probably $300-$400, and then we take the ownership of the car, and then we split it. Because that's what people do here in the streets here. You can't trust anybody. You can't trust anybody. So of course, after I said he just didn't. So all this started coming into play with me, because he was the last person to call me before the cops came. Right? There was a girl waiting for him. He came into my car because he needed me to cook up some stuff for him. I'm gonna say it straight out. But he started acting like an asshole. When Mad Max, what he does is that he treats me really nice, we cool, Johnny, and then he starts acting like a real asshole when he gets to get rid of me. Right? So he figured, come in my car, And then he starts acting like an asshole with me. I'm gonna kick him out. Which is that? Get the fuck out of my car, bro. Take this shit. Get out of my car. And now he had at that point he was in my car. I wasn't watching him. He could have easily taken a 7 bags of something and just stuck it somewhere and not me see it, right? Then he walks out of the car. Again, this is not a movie. This is real life. This actually happened to me, people. Don't think that I'm making this shit up, because I'm not. And if you believe I'm making it up, just wait until it gets into reality, because right now what I just did tonight was kind of what he did to me. And I'm not a big seeker of revenge, but I got to get this guy out of my face, man, because he cost me, a car, 5 days of my life in a cage, and a whole lot of confusion in my life, right last week or so. So when he got out of the car, there was a girl waiting for him. This girl, he was hanging out with a couple, and then they went to a room at the Fernwood here, and then he was like staying with them that night. But why did he want to come to my car? Why can't he just go on the Fernwood and do it himself? He says he was able to do it himself too. Why did he do this whole thing about getting in my car and then getting out abruptly, making a lot of noise? And then all of a sudden, after he left, about 5 minutes later, here comes the cops. Now, I'm thinking somebody had to call the cops and to tell them, right? To tell them that I was in there, because nobody ever really ratted me out in that park. I was sitting in that parking lot for like weeks after they said I no trespassing, and cops came up to, hey, how you doing? Go ahead, and they walked away. But that night it was kind of strange, because he left. There was a girl waiting for him. And I'm thinking, again, I'm a little bit psychic here, the third eye, all that sound healing work, I was going to just, boof, opened it up. I'm thinking he probably told the girl, as soon as I get out of the car, call the cops and say that Johnny here is trespassing on the ShopRite parking lot. So I did that. She did that, I'm assuming, because better a girl calls, oh, yeah, I saw that guy, crazy guy, kind of a thing. So she did that. And then 5 minutes later, boom, cops come. Now, cops come, and I'm like, all right, well, I have a little shit in my pocket. I push it down. I mean, whatever. It's just a little bit of stuff in my pocket. I'm really nothing else to say. But then, don't forget, the distribution charges that they charge you were for having 7 bags of something, which I have no idea. I don't distribute anything. I'm not. If these guys did when I was driving, it's kind of, I put my blinders on, because that's why I do it, because I try to make money. And nobody else is going to drive these guys, and I might as well take that business, right? Because everything else, you got Lyft, you got Uber, you got all these other places that who's gonna ride with me? I don't have a thing I'm saying that I'm an Uber or whatever. Because the cops then, when they searched me, they found it, and then I gave them calls to bring the dog in, and the dog smelled it, Max is kind of weird, because there's a certain thing that the dog smells, and all of a sudden I started smelling that in my car, like that. So he might have sprayed something on it that gave the dog a reason to come into that car. And then they found the bags, and then they charged me with distribution. Which again, I don't distribute nothing. I don't sell nothing. I don't know. I'm not. All I'm here. I'm trying to get my plant medicine. I'm broke most of the time. I'm trying to get a little bit of it paid off with rides I give to people, instead of me, being broke within 5 days, 10 days of me getting a disability check. So all this made. I thought some other people did it too. I mean, there could have been somebody else that was involved. A couple that's back here. I'm not even sure yet. I want to blame them or not. But no matter what, he was the last person in my car, and the way he acted, I could tell when people act certain ways. 1 minute that you're nice and friendly, and the next thing you're like, what are you? Wait, and a few people have done that to me. There's always an alternative motive for doing that, a reason to do that, either to freak me out or to fucking, to get me, beat me down, or to get me to throw them out of my car, as they call the cops. So that's my perceived third eye ending to this. I'm calling it an ending now. I don't know how much more of this I can take, really. I think I'm just about done. My feet are in agonizing pain right now. There's a blister. I'm just going to show you a blister real quick. Right there. You see that blister right there? That right there is from walking with these sandals for the last few days. And I also got them at the bottom of my feet right there. Sorry if you guys, you can look away if you want. Agonizing. My feet right now, and of course, you know, socks and sneakers would have helped, but you know, they're in my car that has been impounded. Because then all of a sudden, people told me the car was in the lot, and he desperately tried to find out where I was. And I know you can go online and figure out, and he knew the charges and everything. He knew how long they were going to keep me in there. And then just the day before he arrested me, I said just the day before they released me. I guess he didn't want to, because if they were going to keep me all the way to something, there's no reason to impound the car. But he knew they were going to probably release me the next day. He calls the tow truck company and says, "Hey, we're on. Come and impound the car." I'm not even sure if the marshal's guy did it or if it really was. If it really was, then we even called the guy. I said, "Come over." So now, that's a scenario that I believe then cost me 5 days in the cage, and now I'm looking at distribution charges that I never did. I asked the police officer today. There was a police officer and this is the detective. This way, the detective that when I got strangled by that guy was actually my detective. But now he's sitting there in a uniform. I asked him, "What are you doing? Are you a detective?" "Yeah, I make a little extra money, sitting in the ShopRite parking lot, playing suited up cop, instead of like detective cop." So I asked him today about everything, and I got a little heated, and he got a little heated between me and him. Not in a bad way. He's a good guy, but he kept coming, keep it down. Not keeping it down. In the middle of the shop, I'm telling you what you guys did to me. You guys, and the car got impounded and all this and that, and you guys got $488. I got $2 left to my name until next month, and now since I don't have a car, I can't make any other money. I said to him, "Officer, is there internal revenue, internal affairs that I can contact over?" Because when I told him that the judge kept you there for no, the judge didn't keep me there for 5 days. They were supposed to release me that night, but now the police officer, once I decided not to snitch on anybody, he said, "Well, then you're going to county." So because I didn't snitch, so if I would have snitched on somebody, he would have let me out that night. Now he arrested me because I didn't snitch. He sent me to county. So I said, "Is there internal affairs? If you come on Monday, I can bring it to them and you can tell them." I said, "Is that going to do anything?" He's like, "Well, I said, I said, "You know what?" And I said, "Of course, Wells Fargo is going to take over the loan, and I would take over I'm going to make them." And then basically, I've lost $12,000 in this car because, I owe them $8. They sell it at an auction for like $13 maybe. They get their $8, and then they got to take on the $1,100 that they paid, and then other fees and other administration fees, and then I get $1,000 out of this whole deal. So I told them, "Dude, you cost me $12,000. Your Neptune Township Department cost me $12,000." And I said it very loud as I was walking down, and that's bullshit because you had no reason to arrest me. I said to him, he goes, "Well, you weren't supposed to be you're not supposed to be in here. You got the." Yeah, I said to him, "But right now I'm in here. I'm in ShopRite right now." And I said, "Are you going to arrest me?" He goes, "No, I wouldn't do that to you." Then why did that officer arrest me? Because I don't know, but so was it because he wanted to get some brownie points, and maybe a little more, a few more little like ticks on his belt? Greek guy. I forgot his name, but he's a Greek guy, the cop that arrested me. I said to him, I said, "Well, it's just, and, la, 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 blah, blah, blah." I said, "You know what? Neptune Police Department cost me $12,000, made me sit in a cage for 5 days, and now I'm facing distribution charges, all because the officer just couldn't give me a warning." I said, "Could he have given you a warning?" I said, "Yeah, I could have given you a warning." He's like, "Are you giving me a warning now?" No, I wouldn't do that to you. But he did. So that's the internal affairs thing that maybe I'll pursue, maybe I won't. I don't even care anymore, man. I don't even care at this point. What I do care about is that I lost a lot of stuff. I lost a car full of my clothes, equipment, musical instruments, 3 drums that were valued at a very high price for me because they belonged to a woman that I admired as a drummer and as a musician, and that actually did a whole bunch of sound healing. She had cancer, and I did a whole bunch of sound healing for her before she passed away. So her husband felt that that I should take the drums, and I ended up buying drums for a pretty reasonable price. I guarantee you, for what they're really worth now, yeah, a reasonable price. So I lost those, and I lost my car, and I lost my ability to make any little money, and I lost the ability to walk. Go places I need to go. Instead, I have to walk in these sandals that are giving me blisters all over my feet. Right? So that's the whole. Now the ending comes here. I've had enough, more than enough. So I sent now Max and this other guy Bubba. Bubba is the guy that with Karina ended up ripping off that other guy and as a prostitute and ripping off that other guy by saying that she was going to say that he like raped her and stuff or whatever. She forced himself on her and they ended up being so Bubba is Max's friend. He's a friend of his, and now he told me a story either just before I got arrested or just when I got back about a night that he and Bubba were hanging out with a prostitute, and the prostitute ended up like ripping him off, buying, they gave her money to go buy some stuff, and she came back with garbage, and then stuff was missing from this lockbox that he has, and then Bubba ended up, I don't know, they were all tripping on ease, and he ended up, screwing her for like, 4 hours or something, and Max here got a blowjob, but he was going to screw her too, and he told me all this stuff about it. So I said, Max, tonight I'm broke. You're not calling me back. I mean, you're not asking me to go give you rides or anything. You're the only person right now I can really, count on. And now, since I don't have a car, it's like, kind of like, you want to hang out or something because, you did cost me my fucking car that night. So I said, Bubba, I need $20, at least $20 from you. I sent him a Cash App request. And I said, give me $20 or I'm going to tell your girlfriend that you've been hanging out with, you've been dating now for about 7 months. And I know she's a pretty girl. She's a very nice young lady. She doesn't believe that he would ever do anything like that, So I usually don't do that, but knowing now what I know that he did to me, I said to him, look, send me $20 or I'm going to tell your girlfriend what happened that night. 2 reasons. Number 1, because he deserves it, and she doesn't. Number 2, I need the money, and I'm pretty sure this man cost me a lot of fucking money. And all I was asking for was $20, just to part ways. I'll never talk to you again. And he says, I'll kill you, motherfucker. You do that shit, man. I got all this rape texts that he sent me threatening my life. I said, you don't give me that. You don't send me the money that I asked you. And I'm not an extortionist. I don't extort people, man. But he's one of those guys that really deserves it. And you know what? I know he wasn't gonna pay. And you know what? I kind of felt bad for his girlfriend, because he lies to her all the time. It's like, I would never do it anything about you. I would never. Y'all love you very much. I saw him fucking how he bullshits to her in front of his face. I said to him, 5 minutes. You don't let me know. And he texts us 4, 3. Yo, Johnny, I'm gonna kill you if you fucking. She ain't gonna believe. I'm gonna kill you though. He kept on repeating that shit. Like, 0. And guess what? I have her number. Because his phone went dead, so he was using my phone to text with her. So I sent her a text saying, "You want to hear about something that happened?" She said, "Oh yeah." I called and I told her, and he said, "Well, I'm telling you, she ain't even gonna believe you, man. She ain't even believing you right now because he must have called. He must have had her on the other line. So I don't know what happened there between them two. But as far as I know, she's a pretty smart girl. and she kind of like trusted me. I kind of felt as a person, and she kind of knew. I told her what he did. I told her what he did to me, and I told him everything that happened that night, and that he got a blowjob from a prostitute, which she didn't want to hear, and no, if she, I guess she wanted to hear if it really happened, but she never wanted to accept that he would do it. So, I left it at that. So now I'm just sitting here at the Exxon. It's the only place I can charge my phone. I still don't have any place to sleep. I'm probably gonna have to try to stay awake again tonight because somebody did give me a sleeping bag and a tent, but I don't really know if I want to put. I'm looking for a tent, so I'm just gonna sit here until this phone is charged, and then just try to figure out what to do afterwards because I don't have a car now. The car was my savior. The car was my home on wheels. The car was a place that I could lock the doors, put the music on, and fall asleep without having to worry about unless somebody broke the windows in. But by parking in the parking lot, go to the Walmart parking lot, that's all been ripped away from me. So this is what I'm gonna do now. I don't know what I'm just sitting here with a stick too, just in case Max decides to get out and come and try to kill me. I'm sure he's gonna try to tell his friends, his gang friends, would try to come and kill me. Whatever. At this point, I'm gonna say this again to everybody. I'm not scared to die, bro. I've been out here doing this shit for a while now, and I'm not scared to die. I die, and I've been asking God every fucking night to pull me the fuck out of here because I am so motherfucking sick of them, this place, what's going on between the police and the other side, both sides, and all of you. So, I die, to me, is like God said, all right, it's time. She said, don't worry, you asked me, right? And then I die, and then I am the earth equivalent. My Shambhu, the name Shambhu is the earth equivalent of Shiva. I die as the human body, and then Shiva, which is the god form of Shambhu, comes down, and then we start the end. And unfortunately, I don't think you guys are ready to share everything equally and do the things that both God, He, She, It, and all the other deities and gods want, especially Shiva, because Shiva doesn't want to come down here and destroy everything and then recreate. Come on, I mean, as a programmer, I know that if I could fix something, I would fix it, right? I would fix that program before I just blew it away and had to build a whole nother one again. But me personally, the thing of it is, sometimes it got so many bias, it's got so many problems. Whoever did this before just didn't do it right. Not God, I don't mean that in a bad way, but as a programmer, that it's not even worth saving because every little thing I do here, it makes it even worse. So then, what do I do as a programmer? I trash the program, and maybe I take some notes of how it works, and then I create a new one the right way. Okay? Shiva doesn't want to do that. What Shiva wants is to ascend. He has more play. I've seen him in both situations. He prefers ascending souls than having to destroy them all and then recreate. And it's so, it's a program you never want to destroy everything and recreate. How much fucking work is that, man? Programming, you want to just it worked this time, and oh, look at that, how beautiful it's running now. So that's the Shiva ending to the whole thing. So that's a Shiva ending to the whole thing in a good way. So I'm saying, if somehow Bubba comes, Max comes out to take me out, or if he sends one of his gang boys to come take me out, and I got the stick here, try to defend myself. But if that doesn't work, then see ya, and good luck. Good luck. So I'm assuming that's just about the ending of this. I don't know if it's a chapter, this long chapter, man. It's, oh my God, but I'm thinking it's more of the end of this book, or maybe eventually there'll be a book 2. Maybe the book 2 will be how humanity actually came together, and instead of bringing Shiva down to destroy and we create, you bring Shiva down to do what he really likes to do, which is ascend souls in mass quantities to get the 7 billion out of here, and then bring it down to a nice even number within it can be a balance as opposed to this heavy soul slave planet that the wealth class prefers. So that's my ending, to this book, and then I guess tomorrow will be what's that? Prelude, maybe. Maybe just like short little book on how Shiva ascends you all instead of destroying you all. I don't include myself in it because, as I said, I am not you. I was sent here and I was requested to come and help you. Good luck. Namaste.